Hey, so today I'm just going to take you through some of my favorite warm-up moves that let me get lost in the experience of movement. Generally, what I find is having a little bit of resistance helps me to stay focused. So for a lot of these, I'm going to be using this 15-pound weight. If you have a weight that is heavy enough for you, it doesn't have to be 15 pounds, it can be lighter or heavier. We're going to get started. So I'm just going to have the weight on the floor for a moment. And we'll start with taking a look at our feet. Look at them beneath you. Find all 10 toes, pick them up, and then place them down individually from the pinkies through to the big toes. And if your fingers are helping, that's fine. Once your toes are down, just rock your weight back and forth from the heels to the toes. Feeling the imprint and your awareness of it grow. Like if you were standing in wet sand, you become more and more aware of the shape of the sole of your foot. And then come to rest somewhere in the middle, somewhere between the front of the heel and the back of the ball of the toe. I'd like you to take a breath that moves up to your chest. Yawning is fine. And as you exhale, move that breath down to the hips. And a couple times more, practice rising your breath up to the middle of the sternum. And then let's take it down to the hips. And then see if you can send your breath down to the base of your pelvis. And then you inhale, rise the breath up the spine. This time, take the breath up to your collarbone. So it might take a little longer, and you might notice that your body's shape is changing. As you exhale, roll the breath down all the way through the pelvis down to the thighs. And if you have a weight, I invite you to pick it up. We're going to keep on with that breath. I'd like you to grow how low and how high you take the breath up and down each time. And allow your body to respond to that input by making shapes. Try to sustain the pauses at the end range of your inhale and exhale to notice how your body keeps on moving in the absence of the breath movement. It completes it for you. I really enjoy using my arms with this. It's pretty fun to be able to play with them as a way to squeeze air out of your lungs or pull it in. So I'd encourage you to do the same. Another way you could do this would be with two lighter hand weights, of course, or even holding a resistance band. Anything to keep you more defined within your shape. We're going to take one more, and then we'll move on. So I'd like you to end this breath in center, holding the weight down by your pelvis, just letting your arms be straight. And one more breath into your back body. Now we're going to lean the head to the left and just do some semicircles here. Rolling the head over your chest and to the other side, and let your body begin to counterbalance. So it starts with the head, but it cascades eventually through every joint. and your butt's gonna help. If you don't engage your glutes, it can feel a little unstable in the back when your head goes behind you. But if you squeeze your butt and push your feet down, then it just feels great. So go for the great feeling place. Don't put the weight down. Let's clasp our hands behind our back and widen our legs just a little bit more. We take some semicircles with the body. So leaning to one side, circling around, coming up the other side. Let your knees bend. Find the different ways in which you can hinge. And you can be creative with what your arms are doing. You could also reach them above you or out. That would just be a different experience. You're just trying to get some easy stretches in the back of your hamstrings and lubricate all those joints in the pelvis and the base of your spine. Okay, we're going to use the weight again now. You're going to hold it in your right hand and stand with your feet together. You're going to step out with your left foot, bend your left knee, and bring the weight down to the inside of the foot. The left hand can do what it wants. It can stay by your hip, it can reach out. You have aids, so you can play. And make sure you stand back up to center each time. This is a super effective warm up and really good for your balance too. Change sides. Stepping out. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take it to the floor now, ish. Let's widen our legs. We're going to bring the weight down towards the inside of our right foot and keep our left hand on it. Pivot into a lunge. Now open that right arm up, stretch, and then come back in. Rotate front, keep holding the weight, drag it to the other side. And here we go. Reach. So just alternating sides, switching from a front lunge to a Cossack squat, and seeing if you can go deeper and deeper. If the weight doesn't give you enough clearance, you can also use a stool or a couch for this and walk yourself around. As you repeat this, you might find that your arm wants to circle, which is a great idea. As soon as you start turning exercises into an interpretive dance, that's when they're good for your body, mind, and soul. We'll have 4 more of these. And then we'll take it to the floor. So go ahead and lie down. We're going to bend the knees. Let them be a little wider than hip width apart. And just start to alternate what leg crosses in front. You can let your head rest on the ground for this. Feeling the femurs rotate inside the hip socket. Now extend your right leg, bend your left knee. I'm just going to push up and look at the left knee. So a little baby cobra here. Lower down. And then switch your feet. So your right knee is bent. Change your hands, repeat the baby cobra. So these are also known as lizard cobras. And keep on watching your floor and changing sides. And if this turns into a crawl, yay. Okay, just one more thing. Child's pose cobra. So come up onto your knees. If you want to put some padding underneath them, that's fine. This is also kind of fun to do if you want to hold onto your weight just to get a little extra height. So it's an option. I'll demonstrate one with, one without. You're going to push back into a child's pose. And then come up and forward. Drop your hips down. And enjoy a very relaxed cobra. If I had two weights, I could hold one on either side. I'm just going to show, I do have two weights, but I'm not going to bother demonstrating that. I'll just do it without. We'll have 8 of those to end. Let them evolve. Get creative, twist and turn side to side. Put an imaginary sailing ship on the back of your sacrum and take those voyagers for a ride. And then just go ahead and lie down on your back. Bend your knees. Let your knees rock side to side a few times. And then find a place where you can rest. And if you have the luxury of time, repeat that breathing exercise of moving your breath up towards the ribs or the head, and then exhaling the breath down to different parts of your body for at least 8 more rounds or a couple more minutes. You'd be surprised at how rested that will make you feel.